Alright, so I'm going to be starting some cabbage today. I just want to show you how I do it. It's pretty easy. I've taken these cells and filled them with some potting mix. It's an all-purpose potting mix that I use. You can see it over here, over there. And it does have fertilizer in it. You don't really need that, and if you want to use organic stuff you can. But this works for me, so that's what I use. So anyway, I'm going to be sowing some of these. This is some cabbage I've never grown before. It's called Early Golden Acre. And it's supposed to get 2 to 3 pound heads on it. So that's a good size for us. And let me show you what I do. If you look down here, I can zoom in here. Look down in those first few cells, you can see that I've put a little hole in there. And what I use is this little screwdriver. so I just take the screwdriver and make a little hole. Now these cabbage seeds are tiny, and they do not have to be planted very deep. Let me show you what they look like. How small those are. So I'll actually take 2, maybe 3, sometimes 4 per cell and put them in there. And they'll, most of them will germinate, and I will, once they get to a decent size, I'll take my scissors and just clip some of the plants off, leave 1 per cell, and then you got your cabbage. So let me just show you here. Take 3 of these. Drop them in. They're so tiny. You don't want to forget which cells you've planted sowed so far. I don't know how many cabbage seeds you get in a package like that, but if you can grow your own cabbage from seed, for one, it's so much better, and it's easy to grow, and it's cheap. I mean, you go to the grocery store, I'm not sure, I haven't bought cabbage in a long time, but I'm sure it's more than about a nickel a seed, or a nickel a head, which is about what you do, about what you get for your money when you grow them yourself. So anyway, they're in there, and what I usually do is maybe push them down just a little bit, cover them up with some soil. I didn't put one in that cell. What am I doing? Tap the soil around, or the potting mix around them. They're in. Now if it looks like you don't have enough soil on top of them, you can take a little bit, just sprinkle it on the top. Make sure you got them covered up. And I'll usually tap it down a little bit, so make sure they're covered up good. So they're ready. I'm going to be sowing the rest of this flat here, but I just wanted to show you how I do it. And then I'll just take some fresh rainwater and water these in really good. And I'll also, since it's so hot in my greenhouse, I will take some water and fill up this tray about halfway. And the soil here, the potting mix, will actually absorb the moisture as the plants need it, as they dry out, as the potting mix dries out. So there it is. I got 12 Early Golden Acre, and I'm going to be labeling that. I usually take my little marker. This is a fancy marker here. I'll take this and snap it off, write it on there, stick it right there, and then what I'll do, since I'm going to be sowing something different from here on over, I'll do that so I know that these 12 or the early golden acre. These are probably going to be broccoli, cauliflower, just like that. And that's it. Pretty easy. These will be up in. So what you're looking at is what would happen about 5 days later, what the plants would look like 5 days later. I sowed these on June 30th. It's July 4th. And so you can see this is obviously not the same seeds that I just put out on July 4th. But anyway, you can see how kind of thick some of these have come in, and that's okay. I actually wanted that to happen because I'm going to choose the healthiest one of the bunch whenever I transplant these into larger containers. So what I will do eventually is come in here, and let's say I want to keep this one. I will take these and cut them off right at the base. So I'll have one plant per cell. And the other ones I'll just take out as I clip them off. And that way you don't disturb the roots of this one. And the other plants, the other little tiny seedlings, they just die off. And you're left with one little seedling. So anyway, it's a good way to do it. Cabbage seeds are so tiny. I figured that this is the easiest way to do it. And you get pretty good germination with this stuff. I may have a few. Well, this whole tray has all germinated. This one has not quite yet. It also depends on the variety. These are early Jersey Wakefield, I can see, and these are Copenhagen cabbage. These are all cabbages. These are all cabbages as well, and you can see some of those germinated, and some have not yet. And then these are collard greens, and it looks like they have all but one, maybe. That one back in there is not germinated yet. So anyway, I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.